All right, good morning. Welcome back to the cult. Today we're talking to the team from Big Girls Rise. They're going to tell us all about their exciting new charity project that's morphing into something else, I think, now. Morning, Abigail and Emmanuel. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves, and we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Abigail, and I am excited to be here. I am an educational psychologist and also the co-founder of Big Girls Rise. I started out being only an educational psychologist and took interest in some of the issues I saw in my community. And now I have the Big Girls Rise project that I'm working on. And I believe that we've achieved so much and we still have so much more to achieve. And I'm excited to be here, so I'm just going to throw it over to Emmanuel so that he too can introduce himself.
Sure. Great, Abigail. I'm so excited to see you around. So, fam, my name is Emmanuel. I'm a dev. Also work for Tesla's blockchain as a dev, and also work with Hawkcoin Global. It's based off in Australia. It's a centralized exchange. I've also worked for them as a dev. And yep, I'm so excited to be part of what Abigail is building. I met Abigail in my space. I host a lot of Twitter spaces. Met her last year. I think it's been a year being with her, and she spoke to me about the Big Girls Rise, her ambitions, on what she's going to be talking about today. And I got so intrigued, and I signed up for her project to be her dev. So I'm excited to be here with her. I'm going to be talking more about some of the technical aspects of the project and what we've been able to build and what's coming up. So I'm very, very pumped up, and I can't wait to have a great time with the community in here.
Excellent, excellent. So let's see, where should we start then? Why don't you give us a brief introduction to Big Girls Rise, its main objectives, particularly how you guys are thinking of supporting young girls through NFTs and Web3 projects.
All right. Thank you. So,
okay, Abigail, do you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen. Do you see it?
Yes.
So
okay, let me make it big. Thank you. Okay, please.
I see it, and it's excellent. Thank you, Emmanuel. So Big Girls Rise started because of certain issues that I noticed in my community and other communities that I visit because of the work that I do. And some of these issues have to do with education. Most of the issues have to do with education. I see a lot of young girls dropping out of school because their parents don't see the value in education, or that they do not have funds to help the girls complete school, and some of these girls have to drop out of school because of that. So I started out supporting with personal funds, and then it dawned on me that I can create a project that, generates proceeds that can go into funding these young girls. So I started Big Girls Rise with my co-founder. She's called Amma. She is based in Germany. She is a Ghanaian, but she basically grew up in Germany, and she's still studying. She's still in the university studying and working at the same time. So the project is a passion project of ours. All the proceeds from the project goes into our charity organization that is solely purposed to support these young women. It also goes into designing our podcast that is meant to reach out to young women in society and motivate them to be the best version that they can, bring interesting mentors on board so that they can connect, they can ask questions, they can grow. And then it also goes into IRL events that are meant to educate and train these young girls so that they can be onboarded into Web3. So that is the most exciting part about the project. The project has been running for a year and a couple of months now. As Emmanuel said, we met last year in the space, and it has been an exciting journey. We've been able to achieve so much together. Our art pieces are 200, they're hand-drawn, they're animated, and it's an exciting collection. You can check out what we're building on site.biggirlsrise.auction. That website is going to, tell you so much about our project. It's going to show you some of our art pieces, some of the interesting things that we are doing. And my co-founder, Amma, inspires me, and I believe that I too inspire her. The work that we do in the community also inspires both of us to continue to go on to do what we do, support some of these young women, because truly they lack the support that they need, and our support goes along to help them. And at the end of the day, when you see these young girls smiling, happy, it also gives you joy, and it gives you the motivation to continue to do more and, reach out to society more. And I believe that education is really the future for everyone, whether you're a man or you're a woman, no matter what gender you are. Education really is important, whether it's formal or informal. It's very important. And in the Web3 space, a lot of people are not really educated and don't really know much about Web3. So we want to be able to go out there, spread the word about what's going on in Web3, get some of these young girls involved, get them to, be curious basically about what we're doing, how they can also benefit some of the opportunities that are available for them in Web3. So that's what we do. And the basis of the whole institution of Big Girls Rise, our fundamentals are the impact that we make in society, the value that we bring to these young girls and to the communities that they belong to, and also the systems that we put in place so that we can bring this set of values, to these people, like reach out to the community and do more. That is the fundamentals. That's the basis of the work that we do. And we pride ourselves on being generous, being inclusive, and being transparent. So it doesn't matter what country you belong to, what race you are, where in the world you're located. We want to be able to reach out to as many young women as we can and support them. We want to be able to go into some many deprived communities, send them some resources, some books, if it's technology that they need to be able to learn more, grow more. We want to be able to go into the communities, look at what is needed, come back to our collective base, let them know some of the things that we've discovered. Let us start a project, let us go into the community, do this or that. And then in the end, when we're leaving, we know that we left them much better than we actually came to meet them. So that is what we pride ourselves in doing. Art pieces, because the project is meant to reach out to young women, mostly in communities that are deprived. Our art pieces are what I would say inspiring these young girls to be the best version of themselves. So our art pieces come in 4 editions. We have what we call the gold edition, the stars edition, the career edition, and the pure edition. So I'm going to break each of them down for you so that you know actually, what we're doing. So the gold edition represents how precious a woman is. So the story is that every woman has a heart of gold. So be it kindness, generosity, some of these good virtues that we look forward to, some of these values and virtues that women exhibit in society and in the community. Women contribute to society because they are kind-hearted. Women are doctors because they are kind-hearted. They want to reach out to people who are ill, help heal, bring healing to society, bring healing to communities. Women are psychologists. Women are going out and finding ways to reach out to people in communities. So the gold edition basically represents the heart of the woman. And we say that the woman's heart is a heart of gold. So the gold edition really has elements of gold in it, so that we can also attribute it to the color gold or to the mineral gold. So that is what the gold edition is all about. And then also we have the Stars edition. The Stars edition is supposed to mainly represent a woman's contribution to society. So because a woman is a doctor, doesn't only show that she has a heart of gold and is kind-hearted and wants to heal, but it also goes to show that she's contributing to society. She's earning, she is paying her taxes, she's doing what she has to do to help the society, the community to grow. So the Stars edition really represent women and their contribution to society. So you can see elements of stars in the art piece, and these are basically to motivate women to go on, achieve, and achieve greatness. And although the art pieces reflect attributes of women, they are not really meant to all be collected by women. They are meant to be collected by men. You can collect them as a gift to a woman, to motivate her. You can also collect it because of other benefits that you can get from it. All those will be explained, later on. And we also have our edition, that is the career edition. And the career edition really is about the global economy and how the talents of women contributes to the global economy. So women are skilled. Some women are footballers because they're really talented. They have talents when it comes to science, technology, engineering, mathematics, arts, dance, music, all these things. You can find women doing exploits in all these areas of life. You can find that women are ballerinas, women entertain, women do so much in the society, really. So the career edition is mainly for the careers that women can, go into. So we have women in law enforcement. The art basically depicts, women in different career settings. And then we have our pure edition. The pure edition reveals the inner beauty of women. So the idea behind the pure edition is that we made it I don't know if to say it's transparent or it's translucent, because basically you can see through the woman. When you look in her eyes, you don't really see eyes, but you see light coming from behind the eyes. You see basically details, illumination to show the purity and the inner beauty of a woman. So when you look at the woman, you don't just see what's outside, but we're trying to bring out what is inside the woman on like an outside level. So basically revealing the beauty that the woman holds within. So that's what the pure edition is all about. Our art pieces in all are 200 animated NFT collection. They are being sold in our marketplace, and they're all going for a minimum of 0.03 ETH. And you can actually place your bid and get outbid and get rewarded for being outbid. It's a really amazing experience, when you are interacting with the interface. So that. And when we go to our roadmap, we have a roadmap for how the whole project should go. So at 50% sale, we have what we call a Girls Help Fund. The Girls Help Fund is actually the fund that is managed by the Big Girls Rise Foundation. The Big Girls Rise Foundation manages the funds, and that's what we use when we are going back to society, going into the deprived communities to, do outreach and, support these young women. That's what we do. And in our roadmap, at 50% sale, we go into the community and, do all these things. We have sold a couple of NFTs. We have 127 of them left. So 27 more to go for us to reach 50%, but we've already started going into the community and, using the Girls Help Fund to do outreach in our communities. And recently we've had some events. I don't know, Emmanuel, can you insert the slide to some of the events that we have had recently? So we have,
So I think it's in the accomplishment. So when you get there, I think it's gonna pop
yeah.
up. Yeah.
So we've had some events, recently, like our Web3 educational retreat and donation. We've had a couple of events also where we have gone into the community just to donate some books and all, because school is reopening and there's a community of like 500 students, and you don't have enough books and pens. So, you just go into the community, then you support them with some stationery that they need, some of these things. And then also at 75%, we are designing our podcast. So at 75%, we'll have the beautiful and active podcast. In this podcast, we will have some mentors come in and, mentor some young girls, teach young girls about a lot of things that really young girls should know. Then also at 100%, we will have our Web3 educational and training events. We've already had a couple of them, but at 100%, we will have more training events. And then I will go on to some benefits that our collectors get from, purchasing our Genesis collection. Any collector of our NFTs gets to have voting rights in our project. They get to have access to our events, international events in our Biggerverse, which is our Big Girls Rise metaverse, and also online events. All events that we have, our collectors get to have an access pass to our events. They also get to make passive income. So with a passive income, on a quarterly basis, Big Girls Rise is going to give out 5% of its profits to any collector, all the collectors of our NFT. So we just give it back to our holders. The collectors also get to have 10 to 20% discount on the mints of our second phase, which is the Big Girls Avatar. Those art pieces will be minted out on Jumpstart. So if you're a collector of our NFTs, you get to have 10 to 20% discount when you're minting our avatars on Jumpstart. So I think that's also an amazing benefit for the collectors of our NFTs. So I just would like for Emmanuel to come and talk a bit about that aspect, the interaction with Jumpstart and all that. So Emmanuel.
Sure. So much love, Abigail. I want to just go real quick to our marketplace. I want to take everybody to that platform. I think it's going to be amazing to expose the community to it. So, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so this is a marketplace that we built for the Big Girls Rise NFT project. Is you can get to the marketplace at biggirlsrise.auction. And when you go to the marketplace, it features some interesting stuff about the project. These are some art pieces. All the art pieces, animated art piece. I think Abigail spoke a lot about it. So I just want to show you this tech that we built to sell the 200 NFTs for Big Girls Rise NFT. So when you go through, it shows you how to place a bid, how some flag in here, and also connections to our social media handles. So somebody can these are featured bids. You can see currently this has a bid already. Let me go to here so you can see what's really going on here. So Abigail spoke about getting incentivized when you get outbid. So what you see here is an art piece that features this career woman who is a doctor, and she's animated. One thing about it is we saw that somebody placed a bid 0.01, and the person got outbid by 0.02, and the person made reward. The person made a reward of like 0.001. So it's apparently 10% when you get outbid. Then this person again got outbid, and they made a reward of like 10% of.
Where are those funds coming from? I see them, but where are those funds coming from? Who's paying that? Where are you getting the money to pay it?
Yep. So it's really brilliant. So one thing is, all that rewards comes from the person who outbids you. So finally, the person who wins the bid pays for that reward. So if I place a bid and you come to outbid me, the amount is deducted from mine and given to you. So apparently, yeah, so it goes on like that. So that person who outbids you pays for that. So finally, it's going to be like Big Girls Rise is paying for it, because, yep, so any amount. So for example, I'm going to put 1 ETH here, like 1 ETH. You're going to see that something pops up here. It says, this one already has like 0.03 ETH bid. So minimum bid to outbid that person is going to be 0.04. And it says, if outbid, you make 0.1. That's 1 ETH. So if you get outbid, you're going to make like 0.1. That's 10% of 1 ETH. Wow. So it's an amazing tech that we kind of partner with GBM Auction. GBM Auction has over $500 million in trade volume. They have like strong auction stuff that they've done over the years since 2020, I guess. Auction of celebrity art pieces, even auction of Vitalics art for like 71 ETH. So we had the partnership with them and we built this. That has that tech. So here is like much of the art pieces that goes in from, they're all animated. When you visit the marketplace, you're going to see it. It's biggirlsrise.auction. So I'm not going to take so much time on the marketplace. I want to just go back to
real quick. Can you send me the link to the company you're using? I just want to post it in the chat for people that are interested.
Sure, GBM. It's GBM .auction. GBM.auction. Let me try to get yeah. So when you check the marketplace here, I'm taking you to the website. Brilliant. This is their website. If you are here at I'm just going. So it's www.gbm.auction. That is their website. So you can check them out. Yep. They're doing okay, so this is it. They've auctioned art piece for like is it Paris Hilton? They've partnered with Avgochi. They are like the main system that Avgochi uses to sell their NFTs. Yep. So they are really like,
you're breaking up, sir.
Yep, a very huge platform that is really doing a great job in the auction space. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, let me head back to the slide.
Go on.
Okay, so I'm heading back to the slide for the PowerPoint. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go through this real quick. I'm excited that Miguel spoke a lot about the benefits for like the 200 art piece. It's we have like 127 remaining. So here we're gonna have the Big Girls Rise avatars, and it's the exciting part of the project. So in as much as we are looking at making a little impact in deprived communities to help a little young women and children, one thing that we want to do also is to give back to the community, the NFT holders, the NFT investors who are part of our community. So one thing is the Big Girls Rise avatar is going to be 5,000 NFTs, and I'm going to tell you why it's going to be like such a large numbers compared to the Genesis collection. And it's going to be on Jumpstart. Jumpstart is like the crowdfunding platform for Psychic.finance, a very great project, offering a lot of tons of projects to raise funding. And so we're going to drop the NFT in batches. And one thing is collector benefits and utility for this specific NFT that's going to be on Jumpstart is
you're going to have passive income as well as the Genesis. So Genesis holders and holders of the Big Girls Rise avatar owns 5% share in the project. So every quarter of the year, we're going to send 5% of the total revenues generated from the project to the holders of the NFTs. That is going to be like a passive income for the community. Then this is very interesting. I want to talk about discounted access to dApps. We want to have our collectors be able to use desk and dApps at discounted rates. This is a very huge utility that I'm very excited about because, you know, people want to bridge, people want to use dApps to get tokens. People use dApps in this space all the time. So being able to have our NFTs in your wallet and having that opportunity to use dApps and desk for like a very discounted fee and a lot of benefits is going to be like really great. And some of the proposed projects that we're going to be using the dApps, one is going to be Jumpstart. On the Jumpstart platform, we know that a lot of people go into buy projects and to, do a lot of research about projects as well. So we are working on a whole great discounted access to Jumpstart that is going to be communicated prior to the launch of the Big Girls Rise avatar. So it might be that maybe when you go on Jumpstart to buy some NFT, you might get discounts. That's brilliant. Then the exciting part is also Burn Swap is a project that we have proposed also to make sure that holders of the NFT might definitely get discounted access to Burn Swap. So we know that Burn Swap, as swap goes on, the token go burnt. But definitely they're going to be bridging. There are going to be a lot of things that might need some kind of gas or some kind of fee. So making sure like people having the NFT go into these platforms and have to trade, make transactions at a discounted fee is going to be very exciting. And we believe it's really going to give a lot to the community and it's going to drive the price of the NFTs to the moon.
That's beautiful.
And one thing I want to talk about as well is when it comes to the passive income, let me go back to this place. We are now thinking about bringing mutation into the project. So where people will be able to mutate it. So as you mutate, and one thing is mutating it, you would have to use a token that is in our ecosystem. So we got tokens like Burn token. We got tokens like SK token, that is the psychic token. So these are tokens we are looking at where if you want to have more of the passive income, people who mutate their art pieces are going to get more of this income. So for example, if it's going to be at $10,000, that is going to be spread among our collectors in about a quarter. Those who have mutated art pieces from this Big Girls avatar are going to have the rare ones. So they are going to have like more of this income going into their accounts. That is exciting. And so we believe it's going to help a lot to drive the volumes of these tokens in our ecosystem, as well as giving our community more income. That's very exciting. The last thing I want to talk about before I head to Abigail is the Biggerverse. The Biggerverse has been something huge you want to build, and it's for the long term. We've thought about, okay, you want to talk about education, you want to give your holders like some kind of value, then thinking about going into the metaverse is going to be like very exciting. We've partnered with VoxelX as our metaverse partner. We've partnered with METATAGS based off in Japan as well. They're also a metaverse and gaming platform. Psychic is also right now working so hard to like bring in a little devs who can build metaverse and all that. So we have like 3 strong projects that are into metaverse, myself, a dev, working with these partners. We are drawing down a huge metaverse platform that is going to be called the Biggerverse. It's going to be 4 compartments. The virtual gallery, we're going to have the event center. The event center actually is going to be like a gaming center. We're going to have the merch shop, and we're going to have the podcast center in the metaverse. So the event center and the virtual gallery is not going to be token gated. Everybody can go in, have access, and just enjoy the Biggerverse platform. But you need to have the Big Girls Rise avatars to be able to go into the gaming side and to also go into the merch side. So going back to the 5,000 NFTs, now this is why we want people to have like lot of the Big Girls avatars, because people will now have revenues. We want a lot of people to have discounted access to dApps. So we don't want it to be like 1,000 people only have access to this great opportunity. So we want to be giving that opportunity to everybody, part of the Psychic project, part of the Burn Swap projects, and all the projects that we might reach out to in the future in the whole NFT community to hold these NFTs and to gain this huge utility that comes with them. So at this point, I'm going to give it to Abigail. Abigail, back to you to keep with the accomplishments.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. So, as I was saying early on, we've been running for a year and a couple of months now, and we've been able to achieve a lot. But most importantly, we've been able to start our Girls Help Fund, which has allowed us to go into the community and to have some educational retreats and events. One of them was recently, there were 3 educational retreat and donation. This donation allowed us to, come meet with a lot of young girls, some very young, some, in their teens, and educate them about Web3, bring the whole concept of Web3 down to the level of a youngster and explain things to them, let them know some of the opportunities that are there for them, get them curious, get them to interact, with some of the technologies that are being made available. And at the end of the event, there was food, there was drinks. It was an exciting event. We also made some donations to support these young women and children. So we partnered with the Classical Mentorship Children's Society in Ghana. So the event was held in Ghana, and it was exciting. I was really glad to be there, to be part of the event, and to actually be able to reach out to these young women. Aside that, we have been able to meet with the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, and that is also
forgive the interruption, but where was this event? Can you tell me where?
It was in Ghana, Accra, Ghana.
Okay. I'm trying to picture it in my head. Forgive the interruption. Go on.
Okay. So that was one, and meeting with one of the founders of Ethereum and seeing some ways in which we could, propel the project forward. We are actually not building only a project for, humanitarian reasons, but we are also building a project to be beneficial to our collectors. We are building a project to be beneficial to, communities and society. So the project has a lot of blocks. We are on Jumpstart. We are, we are doing so much. We're on Ethereum. We're doing so much. We're reaching out to so many people in so many communities. And that is what we want to do. We want to be able to reach out to a lot of people. And aside that, some of the projects that we have undertaken has been able to help us to reach out to a lot of people. One of the projects that I'll talk about is our creator support program. It has helped us to get artists outside of the Big Girls Rise project sales. We've been able to make about 400 plus sales, and that's something that we want to be able to keep on doing. And, for us being able to reach out to a lot of people in ways in which we can is really important to us. And we have also been published in a couple of articles, including the Economy Middle East, popularly known as Economy Me. And that was on March 20th. It was about Meta's NFT rethink, whether it was a Meta only problem or it was an issue for everyone to consider, and if people were going to change their mind about NFTs because Meta was, rethinking the whole idea of NFTs. So we were featured in that article. We were also featured in Main Street Finance. That was also March, really recent. And that one was about Big Girls Rise, our auction and updates that we had. And if you look through the slides, you can see some of the links to these publications and you can check them out for yourself. We have also been Bored Apes Show certified. So we are Bored Apes certified. And I have been shortlisted for the Women in SME Leaders Award 2023. So I'm really expectant, looking to, have a win there. And we're looking forward to so many amazing accomplishments. I believe that all of these are a stepping stone towards where we're going. It's a stepping stone to being beneficial, bringing our collectors value, bringing the women that we're reaching out to value, leaving them with impact and not just going there, seeing them and, leaving and not really leaving them with any impact. And also, we want everyone to feel included in our project, from the collector level, from the people that volunteer to support the project, to the people that we are actually reaching out to. I want everyone to feel included, inclusive, and accepted. We have also been able to partner with a number of individuals and organizations. We were talking about our website. And our website, we partnered with GBM Auction, and it's an amazing partnership. We have been able to build a strategic partnership and also build an amazing platform that allows our collectors to earn whilst they place their bids. So that's also an amazing accomplishment for us, and it's an amazing partnership. I believe that none of us can get anywhere on our own. I cannot actually reach out to everyone in the space today unless I am connected to that call guy, and he actually brings me into his space, into his room to meet his audience. So we can't actually go anywhere if we're standing alone, but we can actually go far if we stand together and we allow others to take our hands and take us places. So I'm excited to be in this space. I'm excited to have partners like GBM Auction, also Natsbrook. Natsbrook is an exhibitionist. He holds exhibitions. It's an IRL exhibition, and our NFTs are being displayed physically in his gallery, and his gallery is in the Netherlands. So that's also an exciting achievement for Big Girls Rise.
Can you share some of these art on the screen with us? I'd love to see them.
So,
yep.
Emmanuel, please do that for me.
The art is it the one at Knusberg or Big Girls Rise? Your art piece?
Yeah, Knusberg.
Surprise me.
Okay, let me try to get something. Okay.
And okay, so while we're waiting for Emmanuel, I'll just go on ahead. We have we're looking forward to building the Big Girls Rise metaverse. We call it the Bigaverse, and we are going to be having some events there. We are looking forward to having podcast studio over there, merchandise shop. Everyone can go shop for their avatars, have an amazing, exciting time there, play games, basically come in and interact with people. So we partnered with Voxel X. We are in talks with Sidekick. We are in talks with Omniflix, and we are looking at coming together to, build an amazing metaverse space for Big Girls Rise. So it's really amazing, and it's something that y'all should look forward to. And Manuel is still waiting for the pictures. I just want them to see a few of, our pieces being displayed. And we also have PR partners. We have Luna PR. They are in charge of strategic PR and promos and all that. We also have Sidekick Finance. They for us a strategic growth partner, and we also have the collector community that supports us whenever we have spaces. We are, interacting with our communities. We have the collector coming in and supporting. So I'll just close up here, and I'll let Emmanuel talk a bit about the next step forward, how collectors can, earn with us and, make a lot of profit.
Yeah.
Sounds
So I'm
good.
excited for it. Yeah, I just shared the link to the tweet that was having your art displayed at the Knusberg. So I'm trying to get it in so everybody can watch it as well. I'm coming. Give me small minutes.
Where are you sharing? Did you share it to me or?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
share
saying.
it. You see? Okay, it's in the Psychic account. It wasn't my phone. I'm trying to share the screen through my laptop. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
says
but
pause. It says paused. It hasn't.
Or you can share it in the chat so that everyone can just tap and,
yeah,
interact with it.
it's on the Big Girls Rise Psychic group. But I'm trying to open it up here. Okay, it's here. So I'm trying to open it up so people can see it. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Before you share a link in the room, let me make you admin, because otherwise it'll delete the link. 1 second. There we go.
Okay, so it's here. I'm trying. Okay, it's here. I think I'm gonna be able to share it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't
guys, I'm
see.
sharing my screen in a sec, so you can see it. Yeah.
Mhm. Abigail, I did the same for you as well. You're admin in the room, so you can share links in it now too as well.
Okay, so do you see the screen? That is it. So I'm trying.
Yeah.
Do you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me try to make it bold. Yeah. So
Oh, so these are animated. Animated.
yeah. So I've started it. So that's the Big Girls Rise art piece in the gallery. It's based in Netherlands. Yeah.
Very cool. Who are these? Are these AI generated art, or do you have an artist that is in house?
So the art pieces are actually hand drawn, and then we started to animate them. First, they were hand drawn, and then we added some animation. So when you get the animated version, it also comes with a PFP, version.
Very cool. Who's the artist? I'm just curious. My daughter is a big
So,
big artist, and
so we
I'm just.
have about 5 artists. So
Mhm.
there's me, there's my co-founder, and then we have 3 other artists that we work with.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Tell me. Hold on. Let me see. I've had a couple questions that I wanted to. I like everything I'm hearing. I like the the um the goal seems to be the right one. You don't seem none of this seems to be like a cash grab or anything. But questions for you about the charity aspect. Let's go over some numbers if we can. Well, how much are you guys looking to raise for the initial thing, like for the first round? Are you with me? Hello.
Is Abigail right
Yeah,
now?
Yes,
I was
Abigail.
speaking and I
Oh,
was
you were
speaking and
muted.
I
You were
didn't
muted.
mute my microphone.
Do that I do that all. You've seen me on video. I've done that like 4 or 5 times today.
So that was like crazy. That was like crazy.
Yeah.
So
So
we have
what? How
200.
much? The first round. How much are you looking to raise?
Yeah, so we have 200 art pieces, and each one is going for a minimum of 0.03. So all in all, we have 6 ETH for everything, and we have sold a couple, so we have 127 of them left to go. So yeah, and the 0.03 is just the minimum bid. So
Okay.
a holder
That's,
can decide to place more than the 0.03 on one art piece. So the minimum we're hoping to generate is 6 ETH. Yeah.
okay. Talk to me about. I know you mentioned it before, but what's the taxes on it? Like, if I don't know why I can't talk. Let's say I buy one. I buy one for 1 ETH. What's the how much of that goes towards a project? I know some of it'll go towards paying the bidders, but I'm trying to figure out how much the project will end up with if I were to say to buy 1 ETH.
Okay, so all in all, we will end up with about 95% of everything that we earn, because we'd have to pay taxes, we'd have to pay PR and
So
other
5%.
expenses. Yeah.
So off the top, 5% goes to that, and then where does the 95 go?
And then part of it goes into the events that we hold for the young women in the deprived communities. Part of it goes into Girls Help Fund. Part of it goes into designing the podcast. And then part of it goes into the development of the second phase, the avatars and the bigger verse. So yeah. And then because okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
So I'll say that I was done. So I'm listening.
Okay. All right, cool. The only reason I'm asking is we always hear about charities. And I know people want to do good, but usually, like, I'm going to take like UNICEF or something like that, for example. For every dollar you give, I think maybe like not even 5 cents gets to the people that are doing stuff. And I think that problem is because of the way the legacy infrastructure is built, right? So, for example, I think where I'm going with this is I think with the blockchain version, charity events could be and should be more, successful. What I mean by successful is the money actually goes to actually helping people, not towards running the project, not towards growing the project or whatever. And I think the cool thing about you guys doing it with NFTs and on the blockchain is all that stuff is automated, which will kill all that baloney that usually troubles most real world what you want to call it charities. My question to you is, what are you guys doing to be transparent, to show where you're spending the money, exactly that. What are you guys planning on doing to show us what you're doing?
Okay, so
yeah.
Forgive me for putting you on the spot.
Okay, Abigail, talk afterwards. I would love to have something out.
Okay. So when you go to our website, everything is even mapped out there for you to see. We have about 20% going into what we call the Girls Help Fund, and it's the Girls Help Fund that goes into the events, the outreach, the sponsorship, and everything. And that's what we do. Aside our Genesis collection, we have other collections. We will have other collections that will be going out. So more will be going into the fund, but basically 20% goes into the Girls Help Fund, and that's what we use to reach out to communities and do our humanitarian work. Yeah. And I
Very
think
cool.
that's that. And the
Okay,
rest
so
is the building facilities to be able to do more. And I think, Emmanuel, I'm just leaving it to you now.
yeah, sure, Abigail. Thank you. I would love to answer the question that Simon just asked. So, with respect to transparency, for me, I think blockchain solves that because all the funds is going to be kept in a wallet that holders are going to get voting right on. So
Hmm.
everything that leaves the wallet would have to get the authentication of the holders of the NFT. Things that
Oh,
report
oh,
must go to, yeah.
so you have it set up. You have it set up like a multi-sig, and is that what you're saying? I'm trying to figure out how that would work, like the tech behind it.
Yeah, so we are currently working with this guys called Ballot Block. It's a blockchain based voting platform. So
Hmm.
that is kind of the voting system that we're going to be using. So at 50% sale, that I know that very soon we're going to hit like 50%. The fund, even though we've not hit, we've started doing charity already. So one
Hmm.
thing is the fund is going to be set out of in that wallet. And one thing is normally everything, to make it more transparent, blockchain, everything is traced by the transaction hash. Everything that leaves the wallet is traceable. Each amount
Okay.
that is in the wallet will be made, and the wallet is going to be public. So it's going to be in the domain of the community. So the community, everybody can check out on this wallet 24/7 to check out on if funds are leaving, if funds are coming in, and if any fund must leave that foundation wallet, it has to get their voting pass of the community, the holders of the first phase. And one thing about the 200 pieces that I want people to realize is the 200 pieces is going to give you power in the project, and it's going to give you some form of value as well. It's going to give you
Is
voting rights. You're going to get passive
is
income.
uh is that 200 on? Okay, I know you're gonna have different series, different rounds of
Brilliant.
NFTs,
Yep.
but so the first round is the only round that has the governance function, or will the next rounds incorporate that too? Like,
No, it's
is this
only the first,
the
only the
only?
Genesis collection.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay.
They are going to have the voting rights. So they are going to have power and value. But the second phase, they are going to have only value. They are going to have like more of the discounted access to dApps and DEXs, and they are going to have all that passive income as well as the
Mhm.
Genesis collection holders. But one thing is the Genesis collection holders are going to be like part of the board to vote on where the funds should go to. So, yep. So, I mean, for the first phase, they have like a lot of power in the project. And it's going to be for
Very
the
cool.
longest term as the project leaves. They are going to have like
Okay.
the voting right and all that. Yeah.
All right. So let's
And I
stay on
just
this
want to
sub.
add to
Go
it
ahead.
that they are also going to have free mints in the next collection. So they're just going to transition easily from having voting rights and like being the bosses of the project basically to actually earning from the project also.
Very cool. All right. So let's stay on this subject a little bit more, if you don't mind. Um, let's say that. Give me an example of a project that you guys are working on right now, and you want to get funded. Like, just give me a random example, if you don't mind. Like, is there like? Go ahead.
Yeah. I think I didn't get in clear. Can you please repeat that? I think.
Sure. Um, let's say that you guys want to build a school or something. You want to build a play yard, something like that. Give me an example of a project, a real world project that you guys would tackle, like with a portion of the money, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So before Abigail comes in, we have a charity registered already that we have the
Mhm.
documentation and everything in our white paper.
No,
I really love.
that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. What I mean is like, give me like walk me through an example of how you think the money will be used for. Like, I don't think I'm saying this right. Okay, let's see. Young girl comes to the foundation. How is she going to benefit from? What are you guys going to do? Because charity is charity is so charity is such an abstract term to me. I guess
Yep.
I'm.
Yep, I got
I really,
you.
I
got
really
you.
don't
So
know how
Abigail, I
to.
think you can
I
talk
really don't
about
know
the
how
Big
to
Girls
say
Club.
that without sounding like
Yeah.
a complete asshole from, a complete asshole. But I'm trying to figure out, like, I grew up in. I was born in Haiti, and I grew up. First 5 to 7 years of my life were like in that country, and it's fairly poor. Blah 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 blah. But I'm curious, like, and that seems to be like your target demographic, right? People in countries like that. You said Ghana and so on. So I'm imagining what a young girl from a background like that going to you guys, and how she'll end up benefiting. Imagine 5 years from now, you guys had somebody that you helped. What do you think she'll have to say to people? What do you think she would have learned? What do you think she would have to say about the project?
Yeah, that's true. Abigail, I think you can talk about the
I
club.
think I
I
think
want to
that's an
tell.
Abigail question. I think it's an Abigail
Yep,
question.
please. Khadija is the community manager for Big Girl. She's down. She's raised her hand. I think you can bring her up.
Okay.
Yep, you see her.
I
Yep.
just Abigail, see where who?
DJ, we see you.
Hold on, let me find the person. I don't see who you're talking
Okay, she
about.
has some flags there. Khadija
What's it?
Hijabi.
I see it. I see her. Sorry, not it. Forgive me.
So go into the communities. Because I'm an
She's
educational
unmuted.
psychologist, when I go into the communities, I basically mostly go into schools to, study the educational settings, how we can, bring some kind of policies to benefit the students, so they can basically
You're breaking up.
better, how we can
You're breaking up
actually
really bad.
improve. So what I do is actually study how we can improve the educational experiences. We implement certain, policies to help them do that. And in doing that, I get to interact with a lot of these students. So when we pick some of these girls that are struggling, they come together, create a club, support each other. So we call it the Big Girls Rise Club. And over there, they get to have fun events, they get to have educational events, they get to learn certain things. We actually give them guidelines on, what to do, how to do it. They can come together and all that. And some of the ways in which we help some of these girls are that we give some of them scholarships, because some of them, their parents can't afford to pay the school fees, so they have to drop out. So scholarship, like pay the school fees. Some of them, the parents are able to pay the school fees, but then the issues arise when it comes to some stationery, books, pens, pencils. So we every now and then go into the community, give them some books, pencils, stationery basically, so that they can study. And some of them, sometimes we go do donations, we go in, do IRL events, teach them a few things about Web3. Then we do follow-ups. But the follow-ups, we call it monitoring and evaluation. So the work that we've done in the communities, we go back sometime later to see if it's actually working, we're actually making the impact we're expecting to make or not. And then we look at some ways in which we can actually benefit them more, and then how we can actually switch things up. So those are some of the ways. But if I'm looking long term and we build this project in about 5 years, I'm looking at we being able to actually build schools, bring some of these young girls that are brilliant but needy, into these schools so that they can come and learn, go back into their communities, teach the students in their communities, like help other people in their communities. There is a foundation called the MasterCard Foundation. And what they do is that they give scholarships to people to study abroad and then come back to their countries and, make impact. So long term, we can do something like that. But for now, we are looking at how we can actually go into the communities, give the girls the impact that they need, and actually grow as a club. And the club actually supports us. They are some of the foundations that we follow when we want to do community outreach. Some of these girls avail themselves to go out into, let's say you're in Miami and there's Big Girls Club in Miami. So when you're going to do an outreach in Miami, Big Girls Club in Miami will come out, help us to reach out to, some of the communities in Miami. So basically, it's a good support system for us.
Hey, just wanted to chop in and say hello to everyone. Hi, my name is Khadija. I am the community manager for the team at Big Girl Rise. And I believe what the host was asking was, Abigail, that was a very in detail answer, but to stick to the point here, he's asking like what a young
more
lady.
personal.
Yeah,
like a more
what
personal
what so for me, I am from Guyana, which is the Caribbean. I heard you're from Haiti, so it's good. In our countries, the education system, there's a lot of dropouts. For me, unfortunately, I didn't complete high school. I would have been happy to have an opportunity with Big Girl Rise if this project was somewhere around at that point in time to give me some assistance and continue in my schooling, right? But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But here I am participating in something that I think would give the young women of tomorrow a brighter future, an opportunity for them to come, learn, tell us what they want to do, show us what they're interested in. As long as it's positive and we can definitely give an impact to that, then that's a positive, right? Because you're giving another young child an opportunity to continue school and to become a better person, what should I say? A better them, be a better person, who they want to be, actually become the person they aspire to be. And we're giving them that push, that drive by supporting them. If it's school supplies, if it's the materials, if it's the utility that they need in terms of going to school, in terms of onboarding onto Web3, whatever it is that we can provide to them, right? And you're also giving the holders of the NFT an opportunity to have an impact on that, like decide what we're going to do next for the community, right? For me, I don't just see Big Girl Rise as stationed in the West, like in Nigeria or in Ghana. I would love for it to be worldwide. I'm located in the US, and that's where I would like to be, started off with, is because there are young women here who are also dropping out of school, even though the United States is such a more standard place and everything is okay here. It seems like everything is okay. Young women are being distracted, so if you can help them to find a stability, that would be a great thing, right? So for me, I personally think that you're giving a young woman a chance to have stability, a brighter future, and an opportunity to be a better person. There you go. That's just my opinion towards your question. That child, that child has a chance at a brighter future.
Is there okay? I like that answer. That does answer my question. Let me follow that up with: do you think you guys seem to be focusing on a lot of different areas, and that's not a bad thing at all. Not at all. But do you guys have plans to like concentrate mostly resources towards like building schools, building outreach centers? Is there like a I know you have this all-encompassing umbrella towards in helping young women, but I find that specificity is always gets things done more. But is there like a specific area that you're going to try to focus on? Is it going to be just like I said? Are you going to start being
Well,
schools? Are you
as
going
of
to
right
get
now,
laptops?
as of right now, I personally think, as a community manager, this is my opinion, that we should be focusing on funding, because without funding, you can't do anything. And there's so much ideas that's just floating around, but you have to choose one and start there, right? So
Right.
with the help of the
That's what I
team,
mean
we
by
can come together.
specificity.
Yeah, exactly. Having a little bit of stability. So we're starting with funding first. Of course, we're looking to finish minting out with the NFTs. And once that's finished, we'll be able to start upon, the other projects that we have incorporated into this, beautiful project and this journey, right? Abigail,
Yeah,
she,
100%.
yeah, so, we just have to take it one step at a time. That's how I feel. These are all things incorporated. We do want to provide them. For me, I'm big on school supplies. I'm the lady that says, here, what happened? They need school supplies, all right? Because I'm a mom of 5, and school supplies is it for me. I've homeschooled my kids, and even when you homeschool them, you have to find school supplies. And when you send them out to school, it's the same thing. They ask for school supplies. That's the first thing a teacher is asking for,
I my
and
my wife
today
is a
it's
preschool special. My wife is a special ed pre-K teacher, education specialist, whatever. So I know that story all too well. We're always going
Yeah,
for
school supplies
drives
is
and
it.
things like
Like you need that.
right,
you
and
know. And that's not
it's
just
like
pencils and
every school.
pens we're talking about here. You're
Right.
talking about backpacks, you're talking about school uniforms, you're talking about their school shoes, all of this. Because this is not like in America, these countries, these third world countries, they're not the ones that are getting the opportunity and the privilege to wear normal school clothes, normal clothing to school, right? They have to be in uniform. So you have to consider all of these things when you're considering school supplies. So that's how I,
Yeah.
narrow it down. So
Yeah.
I'm the school supplies lady. I vote for school supplies all the way.
Yeah, my
you
wife
know.
my wife is constantly buying that stuff, and like she's constantly which isn't a bad thing. I'm not mad about it or anything, but she's always buying supplies to bring to school. And so I know firsthand that there is a great need for things like that. We're often at the school drives for things like that because, like I said, that's what she does. So I understand, and I applaud that. I think that's a good niche to go after. I like when I feel like, God, why can't I express my thoughts today? What is wrong with me?
It's going to come back to you soon. It's going to come back to you soon. But I
Yeah,
just
I
want to
like.
say that
Go
aside
ahead.
school supplies, we do give out scholarships to some of the girls. So we have about 20% of the fund going out to solely to scholarships, and then we have about 30% going out to podcasts and events, and then the rest of it goes into the supplies and all the other stuff that we have to do for the young girls. So there's so much going on, but there's a structure to everything. And sure, we're looking at building schools and building some facilities. Some of the ideas that we've been bouncing off each other is building tech hubs with some of the technologies that the girls will need, so that we wouldn't have to rent facilities all the time, but we can like go into the community, provide some of the communities with the technology so that the young girls will need, open it up to, the girls in the community so that they can come in, learn, grow. We're looking at all those things, but for now, it's like climbing a staircase. You need a banister and you need to take one step, one after the other, then you're climbing up. So basically, we're here to stay, and we're here to actually support communities. And we are looking at Guyana, we are looking at communities, this is a global project, so our community managers in Florida, we're working from different sides of the world, and we're working together because we're building something that is amazing and something that we want to touch the world as a whole. And we want a lot of young girls years from now to look back, come back and say that they're supporting their communities, they want to make change, and then we want them to mention that they were able to get support from Big Girls Rise when they really needed it most. So, like, we really want to make change. We want to evolve with these girls and change lives. And I'm glad to have amazing women on the team. I'm glad to have Amma. I'm glad to have Khadija. And I see these women giving a lot. These women are really mentors. They give a lot. They give their time. They give their energy. They take risks for the project because every one of them believes in the project, and we are growing together as a team. So it's really amazing the things that we do together.
Yeah,
And
I really
let me
like
not
the
forget
art.
to mention Emmanuel. Emmanuel is a man, but he's very supportive to us young women. You can ask Khadija. Emmanuel will call you at any time, and he's on you to do this or that. And we all play our part, and so it's an amazing team effort.
Let's go.
Oh,
Sure,
there you go.
but I
What
want to
an
say something
outburst.
before that. I want to say something before you come in.
Oh, I
So
like the
Abigail, when she reached out to me last year, in the space, she spoke about what she's building and everything. I became very intrigued. And let me tell you something, everybody in this space. I built the smart contract, built the website, built the marketplace for free. I didn't take a cent from her. And it shows how I am committed about the project. Normally,
Oh,
no dev is going to build these things for free. It's going to cost Abigail thousands of dollars to get me paid for building her like this beautiful marketplace website and the smart contract. But I did it for
mhm.
free because I believe in the vision of the project and I believe in the longevity of it. I'm looking at we building a solid project that is giving more to society and also giving more to like holders of the NFT. And yep, I'm excited to be part of the women.
I like that. I like it. Okay. Trying to think if I have any other questions. Um, as far as no, I don't think I have any other questions. Let's open up to the room, see if anybody has any questions. In the meantime, what else do you think? What else do you think that everybody should know? And what would you like if you could leave somebody with just one thought about today? What would it be? Maybe, perhaps each of you could give me your separate answers. You guys still with me?
So I, for one, would want to tell everyone that, whatever you're building, you should know that it takes time and you are very important. There's only one of you in the whole world. So you're a very important part of the whole, ecosystem and how everything works. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on who you are and what you're building. Keep on, finding innovative ways to push through because in the end, whatever you're building, the essence of who you are is actually motivating someone else to actually put their best foot forward. And we can all win together if we all work together. So let's really support each other. If someone is doing something and you can give some words of encouragement, please do that. And let's, leave the world a little better than we found it.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I would like to remind you guys that after all, unity is for the community. Start building, and no matter what you're building, try your best to build with a very nice, trustworthy community. Find your people out there, seek them out, and continue building. Don't procrastinate. Don't stop. Because when you stop, that's where your dream dies off, and then you start to find yourself wandering, doing something else that you're not comfortable with, right? Or that you didn't want to do. So, and then you're like, oh, a few years down the line, I wanted to do that, and I had this plan and I had that plan. Forget about that. Forget about all the things that you had planned. Just do it. Nothing happens in a day, right? When you have children, especially children, they don't come with a manual. That is one thing that does not come with a manual on how to live and how to grow them, right? We have the Bible, we have all the religious books to guide us through our own life, but when it comes to the kids, you can never tell, right? So treat your life and whatever it is that you're doing as if there's not a manual. Create your own manual and let it be positive, and just push forward with whatever it is that you have, that you're aspiring to be. And don't give up. Don't give up on you, and don't give up on your community, and just keep pushing.
Well said.
Okay.
Emmanuel?
So, yep. One thing I want to tell everybody is, as you are here, you are like the biggest inspiration to yourself. Keep building, keep believing in yourself, and I believe that you're gonna find the right people to support you. And yep, keep getting you going. And the last thing I'm gonna say is, contributing to Big Girls Rise NFTs has been an amazing journey for me, seeing that young women are able to get some donations, food, and a lot of things out of the project. It's amazing. It makes me feel proud that what I contributed to the project has not like just been wasted. So I'm excited, and I want to tell everybody to definitely go on the Big Girls Rise marketplace at biggirlsrise.auction and check out the art pieces. With a minimum bid of 0.03, you can get any of the 127 NFTs remaining. And yeah, we need all of your guys to be part of the top 200 holders of the NFT. Yep. And so, and the exciting part is you can mint as many as you want. So, yep. So thank you. I'm excited to support the women. Yeah.
I like that. Most of you are unmuted. If you guys have a question, feel free to ask. Also, to the people that I'm unmuted, they're the ones that are eligible for the giveaway today. We're just going to put all your names into a little pot thing and call it a day. Unless you guys
I like a giveaway.
Unless you guys have a better idea for the giveaway. I have terrible ideas for giveaways, so I'm all open to it. We have $200 in Sidekick tokens, courtesy of Sidekick team. So don't leave. If you leave the chat, you can't win. It's only the people that are unmuted that can win. Pretty simple. And as I've said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask the
Yes.
question.
So somebody asked something in the chat. Nanso,
okay.
Yeah, he asked in the chat, I say, considering how limited your NFT supply is, will your team consider launching a new collection of NFTs in the future? So, yep, we spoke about it. We have a collection coming on Jumpstart, and that is going to be 5,000 NFTs. We spoke about it. It's going to have, you're going to get 5% passive income quarterly in the project's total revenue, and also you're going to have discounted access to dApps and DEXs. For example, I made example of proposed projects like Burn Swap. That's the Burn token. And the great project that is coming up, you might get the opportunity to use the Burn Swap at a discounted fee. It might be bridging, it might be something more info. It's coming. And also with the Sidekick Jumpstart crowdfunding platform, you will be able to buy projects and campaigns at a discounted price, and it's amazing. So that comes with tons, and it's going to be also passed into the bigger vest as we spoke about. And finally, let me tell you that. So when you have the first phase NFT, you get discounted rate to mint that NFT. Actually, that's going to drop on Jumpstart very soon.
Very cool. I actually like that. I know Felly is big on intermingling like different utilities together. The more stuff we can do, the better it is.
Hello.
What's up, Nonzo? What's the question, my friend?
Oh, good. So building on the question I just asked, um, will your team be considering like having fractionalized NFTs for countries like the Asian countries and African countries where they can't own up to a full NFT, assuming the NFTs become so expensive? So
Oh,
like
okay. Okay. Oh, Nanto,
so
go
like
go on.
so like 2 or 3 persons can own a single NFT, and if there's any revenue coming from there, they can share it proportionally according to the amount they own.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so let me come in with that. So I spoke about we considering something like mutant of the NFTs. We are looking at mutation. And those who have muted the NFTs, those who have the mutant Big Girls avatars, are going to get like a higher percentage of the passive income. So that is going to motivate the community to like go into that. We believe that is going to be like a huge motivation for our people to mutate their NFTs. But we are looking at launching the 5,000 NFTs very affordable. I was having talks with Feli yesterday, and I told him it's gonna be like way down affordable, so the community can afford. We are not looking at. I mean, we spoke about that, Abigail. I think you can talk briefly about that.
Okay, so we're looking at actually making earnings, and on a quarterly basis, we take 5% of the earnings that we made, and then it's split among the collectors of that collection. So we're going to make mutations. That is part of our avatar collection. So those ones will be on sale on Jumpstart. Jumpstart is a site platform, and that's the platform that we're going to use to, mint out our NFTs. And anyone who holds our first phase collection, which is the animated art pieces, gets amazing discount rates on the Jumpstart platform when they go to purchase the avatar versions.
Any other questions?
All right, thank you very much for your answer. Appreciate it.
All right, I am putting together a list of the people that are eligible for this duck hunt thing. Duck race, not duck hunt. Does anybody know a easy way to export a list of everybody that's in the room? That's in the VC by any chance? No. Abdul Rahim is asking, what sparked the creation of Big Girls Rise? I think you guys kind of answered that before, but it's worded a little differently.
Yeah. So I was talking about my line of work as an educational psychologist, going into communities and seeing some of these young girls with issues that the project could solve. So on one of my trips, I went into a community that it was in a secluded area. So even the government of the country didn't really know that the community existed. So when resources were split for development, that community did not have enough. So in that community, there was only one school for everyone within the community. The community was so far off that teachers came to school like once in a week. So students go to school, they just go to school to play, and they come back home. School ended in sixth grade. So after sixth grade, you just are done with school. You don't go to high school. You don't have all those experiences that, are there. And people come from other neighboring communities to come to that school. So they would have to actually cross this river. And sometimes some of the children actually die in the water body. So we had to find ways to solve some of these problems. So basically, I was supporting with personal funds initially, and I realized that as we supported, some of these students, like the issues were a lot, and I needed to come up with something that could help as many people as I could, because you could think of solving the issue for one community, but there are so many other communities that you could also reach out to, because the a lot of these issues everywhere, and there's so many stories that I could tell, you know. But all in all, to be able to give one young girl a chance to go to high school even is something that makes that young girl really grateful to you and can make so much impact in that young girl's life. So that is why we are Big Girls Rise. That's why Big Girls Rise is here. Um, my co-founder is very successful, but she looks at some of these issues and she wants to give back to society. I want to give back to society. Emmanuel wants to give back to society. Khadija wants to give back to society. That's why we have all come together so that we can, contribute, build something this amazing, and then also give back to society and actually make impact.
I like it. You found something, you saw something that was wrong, you figured out a way to fix it, and you're trying to do it. It doesn't get more complicated than that. I like it.
That's 100%.
Any other questions, guys?
Hello, sir. Check the DM.
Go ahead.
Check my DM, sir.
Okay, so just ask the question, sir. I don't ask question. And okay, hold on. It's really one second. Okay. Let me forward that question to the room. It's a little large for me to just read out loud. Can you guys see the room? And then you can check it out. That's cool. Abigail and Khadija, are you guys still with me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just checking it out.
Yeah, it's a brick. It's a wall. He had a wall of questions.
Brother was taking notes.
Okay, so far, who asked questions? We had Nonzo, and there was one more person who asked a question. Who was it? I'll give you two guys the first two spots since you asked questions in the VC. The giveaway money is for participation, so participate. Good idea.
So to answer that question on if there is two collection for the NFT project, I think Abigail did mention this before. We're currently in our phase 1. And when we're minting out with our phase 1, we will definitely be working on the second phase, which will give us the second collection. Definitely will have the community input as to how much NFTs will be launching for our second phase on that. If I'm incorrect, Abigail, you can correct me.
Okay, I
One
think
of
I think
one,
that's
yeah,
explanation.
and he wanted to know like and these two different functions. One of one, these NFT holders will receive huge benefits and become community VIPs. Yes, you did understand that very well.
So I think the collection that he calls Big Girls Rise is the avatar version that we were talking about. That
Oh, and
is
the
being minted
PFP.
on Jumpstart. Yeah.
Oh, the
Okay.
PFP project.
Did you speak on that?
Yeah, we did mention it earlier on. I think
Okay, please
by then
rephrase
you
for
weren't
the
in the space.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
so,
rephrase so that the individual would
so
understand fully as to what's going on. I think he said he's located in Indonesia. Shout out to everyone in Indonesia. Everyone in here who took time out to, spend time with each other in here and to learn about our project. We appreciate you.
yeah, so I'm glad we really appreciate you. And I think I do want to tackle the second question. He was asking if PTs can be collected by a male. It's okay if you're collecting the NFTs, because although the art pieces are inspiring women, the NFTs, anyone can collect NFTs. You help to
You're breaking up. You're breaking up a little bit. Perhaps start again.
Okay. So I want to know if it's better before I go on to answer the question. So am I still breaking up?
It sounds better now.
Okay. So as I was saying, even if you're a male, you can collect our NFTs, because we want to be an inclusive community. So men can collect, women can collect. Your gender doesn't really matter, but there are many amazing benefits that you can get, whether you're male or female. And I'm thinking that where the confusion lies is me mentioning that you can actually buy it and gift it to a loved one, and you collecting our avatar versions on Jumpstart allows you to earn. So if you collect one of those and then you gift it out to someone, it becomes a stream of income for the person. So it's an amazing gift to give out. And if you collect from our 200 collections, you get to have discounts on the avatar versions on Jumpstart. So that is also a plus for you. So I hope that I've clarified that for you. If I've not, you can let me know and I'll go back to that. And I think that is it. And you were asking who's behind the creation of the Big Girls Rise design. We work together. We are 5 artists. We work together and bounce ideas off each other. So we came together to create it. And I'm glad you know about it. Okay, and I see many more questions coming in the chat room. So I don't know, should we answer the questions in the chat room or should we do that here? Tay.
I think you're muted out. Say you're muted. You're muted. Check out your. So sorry.
Of course, I'm muted. See, I told you.
Yeah, I wanted to answer that question from ELZ.
From who?
Yeah, ELZ asked something. He says, after launch, how many NFT collections will be sold, and how do you make sure it's profitable for investors? Yeah, so I want to talk briefly about yeah, so we already spoke about it. The first phase is 200. We've sold close to 50%. That is, we have 127 remaining. And one thing to also know is it's just going to be two. So we have the first and the second. That's going to come in Jumpstart. How it's going to be profitable is one, if you hold any of the first phase, note having power is the biggest profit I think you can get in a project. Most projects, you don't have a say. You don't have a say in what goes on in there. So being part of the 200 collect the NFT holders, you're gonna get the power to decide on many things in the project. Also, 5% of the whole total revenue quarterly will be deposited in your wallet. So you might buy the NFT for like $50, and note that you're going to get profit that's going to come into your wallet. You might think, oh, it's going to be a month. It's not going to be something huge, but think about compounding through quarters. You might even have like more income that is coming into your wallet, but wouldn't even be as the price of the NFT that you bought. You might have bought it very, very affordable, but because of the utilities that comes with it, it might drive the price and the revenues coming in so much that you're going to receive so much out of that 5% they're going to receive. I mean, for the longest term, it's like for life. I mean, as long as Web3 and Big Girls leave, you're going to have that. And one thing I want to also make clear is you're going to get discounts on minting the Big Girls avatar on Jumpstart. That collection on Jumpstart comes with same income, passive income. So note, if you hold the first phase and the second phase NFTs, you have two separate income streams that's coming into your wallet. And the more NFTs you hold, the more income you receive, the more percentage you get in that 5%. So we got people, Psychic NFT, the founder, that is Cause, and the team have minted 25 of the sold ones. I have a friend in he's Nanzo, he's based in UK. He minted 10. They are doing this because they want to have large stake in the income that's going to come into what we are building. People are thinking long term. So one thing is, it's great that you commit one, cool. But if you commit more, because as the more you have the NFTs, the more you're going to have the compensation that's allocated for your wallet. That's how it is. And everything is going to be so transparent. It's on the blockchain. Collectors have voting rights. So things are not going to be done only on the part of the team. And finally, we spoke about discounts on using dApps. You know, using, for example, what is common is like Uniswap and PancakeSwap. So think about you going to PancakeSwap to do some swaps, maybe buy some tokens, and you got discounts. Just imagine that how many times you're going to use PancakeSwap and how many times you're going to save some money off that gas fees or of any fees that is going to cost you. You might not see it, but if it compounds, it's going to be thousands of dollars. So it's a huge, this project is a huge project, not only charity, but it's giving so much to collectors. Yeah.
All right. The other question, okay, I'm not muted, thank God. Okay. So the other question I like in there is from, hold on, where is it? It's from David. How can you volunteer for the project as you're, I think what he needs to say is, if you're in Africa, how can you volunteer for the project? How can you how can people help in real life? I think that's what he wanted to ask. You guys.
Abigail, are you right? Hello?
Yeah. I didn't get that part. So
how do you, if you're in Africa, how would you go about volunteering to help in real life? Is there a way to volunteer in real life?
Okay, so are you asking for volunteers wanting to join the Big Girls Rise team, or you're asking about volunteers already in the team and how we go into the community to actually do what we can do in our life. The second one. Okay, so we have people on different sides of the world. My co-founder is in Germany, so if there's anything in Germany, then she is like in charge of it, seeing to it that it's done there. If there's anything in Africa, Ghana here, then I will see to it that it's done. If there's anything in or in the US, then Khadija will see to it that it's done. So it's basically about the members of the team and where we are. So and where we can get to. So we have to move from where we are to another place, then we will sponsor like transportation, or we will make sure that we and able to go where we need to go. And then we're able to go where we need to go. If we have to travel, then we look at logistics, and then we actually travel, and then we do what we have to do, and then we come back. So that's how we work basically. And we don't want it to be centered around one place. And it works well for us because the members of our team are spread across. So if you want to be a part of it, volunteer in any way, you can just slide into my DM, connect with me, and then we'll see how we can work together, how close you are to any of our agencies, and then we will work.
Okay, so if people want to do it in real life, they just have to reach out to you or your partner. And then I saw in the chat too, for the people that are not going to be in the chat, there is an email address that someone shared. I'll post that in the Big Girls Rise topic room that I created, if you guys are interested in doing any of that stuff. Any other questions from the audience? I don't see any other questions, so we can bring it to an end. Let's see how many people ask questions. I like participation much more than a stupid duck race game. So we'll just reward the people that ask questions. How is your team able to fill just? No, you already answered that question. Abdul wants to know why you chose to build on Ethereum instead of other chains. Yes, sir.
So when we started out, Ethereum was the blockchain. Like everyone was on Ethereum. Everyone was more familiar with Ethereum. So the people that we were hoping to reach out to, and then we jumped on. But now that other blockchains are growing, or we're diversifying, and we're not only on Ethereum now, we're growing from there. We are you can use sidekick tokens because we are going on Jumpstart. You can use sidekick tokens to get one of our NFTs and all that. So we are diversifying and we are growing as a project and as a team.
Okay, let me say something a little bit about that. So we want to be we want to be in a lot of ecosystems. That's one thing that we believe in. So the first phase 200 was built on ETH, but the second phase is going to be on the Binance Smart Chain, because the desks that we want to use are on the Binance Smart Chain. Some are integrating to ETH, because I see Burn Swap going on ETH as well, bridging, right? I see that is going to come up in the future. So yet still, the second phase is coming on the Binance Smart Chain. It's coming on BNB. Or any other chain that might pop up based on the tech that needs to be built to support that. Will be able to give all the discounts in the utility,
and be compatible with these DEX and with these DApp platforms that we want to have discounted percentages for like collectors of the NFT.
Okay. How many winners do we have so far? Let me ask by 2, 4, 5. We have 5 so far. Any other questions? Any other questions from the audience? I really want to thank you guys for coming here, by the way. I know you guys are busy. You have a lot of lives, and I've taken a lot of your time. I appreciate it. I think you guys have a pretty cool project. I like the motivation behind it. That's one of the things I look for in projects is motivation. Me personally, this is not, the charity aspect is more important to me than the passive income aspect, right? So I like that the passive income, it's like a little bonus. I like that. That's cool. But I love that the project is focused, is aiming at doing something about this world that we find ourselves in. I like that quite a bit. So I hope most people coming to this project won't look at it in terms of what it can put in their pocket, because that's kind of not the point at all. The point is, it seems that you guys are trying to do is to actually help people. So the 5% payback, that's awesome. That's cool. That's like ice cream, on top, having my cake and eating it too. But I care more about the other stuff. I think it's good that you put it there. I think it would be also cool if you guys had something like a sacrifice option, for people that want to not take that quarterly payday, so you could just say, if you guys, certain dApps, when you're doing, when people get paid, normally you guys would either have to claim it or the project will airdrop it to you. I don't know which option you guys are going to go for, but I'd suggest that you guys incorporate a sacrifice function into it. If you're going to make it to where they have to go claim, maybe there's an option that says claim or donate back into the project. And that particular part, I think, should be completely untaxed if it's sacrificed, so that 100% of the funds go into it instead of being, going to referrals or any of that other stuff. But, that's just my dumb suggestion. You guys take that and do with that as you will. I really do like the project. I think you guys are onto something cool.
Okay, that's amazing. That's an amazing suggestion. We will look at it and then see how we can, incorporate it in what we're building. I'm really excited to be here, and thank you for really listening to us and providing us the solution, because it's something that we haven't really looked at. So it's a really great idea.
I just think because like I said, the 5% payback, it's great. It's cool, but I don't think that should be the focus of the project. That's just something else cool too. It's just something else cool to have, but I don't think that should be the be all and end all of it. And I'd imagine that other people looking at this project would probably be happy to click that sacrifice button as opposed to, taking the income, because I don't think coming to this project, I don't think that's a point of, that's not, for me, that wouldn't be the point of investing in something like this. I wouldn't be investing in it to come back and take money out. I would be investing in it to, so I feel good. It's like, I would do it because I want to feel good. That's it. Forgive my rant. Somebody had another actually cool question that I wanted to ask, but I forgot. Did your team consider any regulatory consequences of ongoing this charity event? Given all the baloney that's happened with the U.S., like going after projects. Do you guys think that'll be any problems in the future?
Okay, so you haven't had a
You broke up.
I think that
You're breaking up. Sorry.
Abigail, any of these issues.
Yeah, you're rugging. I don't know.
You're rugging us, darling.
Okay, let me help out with that since Abigail is rugging. So one thing is registering a charity project is one of the best ways to circumvent what you're talking about as regulatory stuff that needs to be like looked at. So we have registered our first charity.
Okay, so you are a registered entity?
Yep. When I want everybody to check out on the white paper. It has the certificate of our first charity registration that was done in Ghana with tax identification number, everything. And so every charity that we are doing in specifically Africa is really great. Now we got certificate, we got license, so we can partner with any charity in any country in Africa to help the young women in that jurisdiction without facing regulatory stuff or being come after like, hey, what are you trying to do? Because we got that license, so we can do charity through partnership with a charity organization in South Africa, in Libya, in Tunisia, in Morocco, in Nigeria, in Ghana, anywhere in Africa. When we partner with these charities, because we got license, they would want to partner with us and do that charity aspects. And Abigail got nomination for that aspect, like being a humanitarian for like that international award. Yeah, so it's really amazing. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, I'm live. Okay. I want to thank everybody again for coming. I'm gonna hit the record off button. I hope to see you guys next time, especially tomorrow for the PePeMints AMA. I have a list of people who have won already. One second. I have Dinonzo, Gustavo, Eliza, Santos, Abdul, and Godlip. So you guys have each won $20 each. There is still what it looks like. Yeah, there's still room to pay 4 more people. I'm gonna do that with the Twitter sharing thing to make it simpler. So I don't like the duck race anyway. So yay!
Duck race.
I hate duck race. It's so stupid. It doesn't reward participation. I don't know why I do it. So thank you again for coming. You've been awesome. I appreciate everyone from the team coming here and taking the time to, educate me and the community. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hello, guys.